Hello, everybody. In life, you got to pick the right person. That goes for marriage, friendships, and loans. So we're going to talk about the right person. Cliff with ER Real Estate and...
Hi, I'm Bex with Sun American Mortgage.
Okay, last week we gave some good news, Bex. You had great news.
Yeah.
Of the rate drop. What do we got this week?
Yeah, so we're hanging in there. Conventional, we've got 6.125 is true rate. And then the advertised rate with some type of a buy down is going to be 5.875 is what you're seeing. And then on the FHA side, we're seeing rates starting at about 5.625. And then advertised rate with some type of a buy down is 5.25.
Wow.
So the Fed's meeting this week. So we have definitely seen the adjustments already hit the mortgage in anticipation of what they think is going to be a cut. So I think we're kind of there. And if you've been waiting, now might be a good time for you to explore your options.
So it looks like the cut already went.
Yeah.
Right. We may see a little bit of movement, but nothing to drop us way down to low fives like some people are saying.
I don't think so. Yeah.
So just take that into consideration. It's good that because even at the beginning of the year, you and I shot a video. We were thinking, we looked at the research being done and what the predictions were. What the predictions were. And it's always been saying in the sixes.
Yeah.
Mid to low.
Yep.
So we're coming in the third quarter. We're low sixes. So as predicted, and that's unusual, but hey, they were right. Yeah. So okay, so let's talk about why we want to use loan, and I want to add to this a good loan officer.
Yes.
And I'm going to give a shout out to Bex. We've done several.
Transactions.
Several is way more than a couple. We've done several transactions together, and I've done other transactions with other loan officers, and that's why it is important to get a good one. In today's world, you can call, and I don't want to, call any other mortgage companies out, but you can make a phone call, get on a phone with somebody, get a mortgage, but you never even see the person face to face. Just remember that buying a house, this is one of the biggest purchases of your life.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend at least a virtual call, a Zoom call, something where you can see the loan officer, because you're putting a lot of trust in this person.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure they're good and trustworthy.
Yeah.
They're going to guide you through the process. It's personalized guidance. When you get online, you do all that. You're just going to not have that personal touch.
You're not going to have any control over the timelines a lot of times. And they're just kind of in a call center. They're just checking the boxes and pushing it on to the next person. So if there's any hiccups, it takes a little bit of unwinding to get those hiccups resolved versus working with Cliff and I. We know each other's process. I can pick up the phone and talk to my underwriter directly if there's an issue. If we need to move deadlines around, we have a lot more control over those kinds of things.
So get that personalized touch. Again, this is a huge purchase.
Yeah.
It's not like, getting something for $5.99 at Target. This is something huge. You want to know that the person is trustworthy. Look them in the eye.
Yep.
Know that they're going to treat you right and they're going to look out for your interests. They work for a company, but they're also work for you. So they want to
fight for what's in your best interest.
For you, and be fair. Yeah. But, you just don't want to get on a phone or find something like that online. So go ahead.
Yeah. You get what you pay for, right? If you're looking for the lowest rate, the service is not going to be there.
Yeah.
If you're willing to pay a little bit more, and usually we're pretty competitive, we're pretty comparable, we're going to give you the service. We're going to give you that control, that flexibility, and the communication through the process.
Mm-hmm. So there's a number of different ways to get a loan. You can go to your bank.
Yeah.
You can go to a credit union. Now, maybe Bex can just spend a minute or two. What's the difference between going to a bank and going to, Bex works for Sun American Mortgage.
Yep.
So what kind of the difference? What are the benefits?
Yeah, so we're a mortgage bank. So we have our in-house underwriters. And then we can also do some broker deals if you have like a DSCR type situation or a bank statement loan or something like that. We can do those as well. Working with a credit union, those guys are 9 to 5, right? They're Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. You can't pick up the phone after hours if something pops up and we need to delay the appraisal because something came up on the home inspection, or we need to move up a deadline, or we need an addendum that we didn't know about. All of those things are the benefit. Working with me and my team, we have our cell phones. Cliff's got it accessible. You as our borrower have it accessible. We are there for you as much as we possibly can be, even after business hours, holidays,
Mhm.
weekends, those kinds of things. You're going to get a little bit more customized service there.
And sometimes banks are locked into their own loans,
They are.
right? Whereas you,
Yep, they are a lot more
you,
fixed.
you can be a little more flexible, look at different loan programs, look at different loans out there.
Yeah, we
like a
shop.
brokerage.
Yep, we shop with about 25 to 30 different lenders on the backside to get you the best rates that are out there.
So that's important to know. Yes, you can go into your bank if you trust them and you know that they have a good rate or a good program for you. That's fine. But just remember, sometimes if you have somebody that can look at different programs and different mortgages, 25 is better than 1.
Yeah.
Usually you're going to get a better deal. Usually. I'm not saying 100%.
Yeah.
But usually you are going to get a better deal. But again, I highly recommend that you talk to the person. Just don't find it online.
Yeah.
Just go in.
Online can be tough.
Well, online can be tough, yeah. And they're going to go through problem solvings. We haven't had a deal yet where something didn't come up.
Yeah.
You had to overcome it, but
Common.
it's just, you communicate that, right, with you as the client. Bex and I communicate. We do a lot of things behind the scenes that you don't even know about that we're trying to, because buying a house is stressful.
Yeah.
And we're trying to take your we can't remove all the stress, but we're trying to make it as
we try to do as much
possible.
as we can, yeah.
We're trying to do our job, right, and make sure that it only come to you when it's real important. But that communication is important, and especially if you get somebody, again, online, you're not going to have that communication, right?
Yeah.
It's just not there. They're going to maybe do their job and, do what they can, but you need that communication.
Yeah.
One thing, too, about a good loan officer is make sure, everybody talks about the rate, which is important.
Yep.
But what you really want to know, especially for a first-time home buyer, what is my monthly payment going to be? Monthly payment includes obviously what you're going to owe to the mortgage company, but it also includes your taxes. It also includes if you have an HOA. What else am I missing?
Home insurance.
Home insurance. If
you have mortgage
insurance.
Yep.
So the rate, that's important, but a good loan officer is going to explain to you, hey, that's not everything in your monthly payment.
Yeah.
What are you like Bex is really good about asking, at least my clients that I bring to her, what do you want your monthly payment to be? And then you start from there. And then if there's any wiggle room, then you can start looking at the numbers.
Yeah.
But the rate is really good. That's important. But what do you want your monthly payment to be?
Yeah. So
no matter what loan officer you get, you want to ask that.
Yeah.
What is my monthly payment? Here's the price of the house. Here's it. You want to give them, they're going to know all the information, but just ask that. A good loan officer is going to ask you. Yep. So if they don't ask you, maybe that's not the best loan officer. But
and closing costs, a lot of people don't realize closing costs are different than down payment. So having that conversation, understanding what you're purchasing, like Cliff said, this is a big purchase. And so you want to make sure you're understanding all of the ins and outs, all the process.
Yeah. So even if you're not in the state of Utah, if you would like to find a good loan officer, Bex and I don't mind helping you out. We have a huge network. She has a huge network. I do as well. And I bounce things off of her and she vice versa.
Yep.
So even if you're out of state, don't hesitate to reach out. Put it in the comments. Give us a call. My number is always right there.
Yeah.
And then we can find you a good loan officer. But it's important. It's a big purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's it.
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot the tan update. You're wearing a sweater.
I know. We're going into fall.
It's not that cold out there. Did you do anything tan?
No, I stayed indoors this time, so no tan update for you guys.
Don't worry,
Sorry.
we'll be as white as this piece
of
paper soon.
It'll be snow, yep.
Snow update in 2 months. All right, everybody. Again, if you have anything you want to talk about, let us know. If not, we'll see everybody next week.
Okay, see you guys.
Bye.